Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the presiding Pro-Chancellor, presenting Dean, staff, distinguished guests, graduates and their families and friends, and the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation as the original custodians of the ground from which these hallowed halls of learning have risen. It is a great pleasure and an honour for me to have this opportunity to address a group of such recent graduates. It is also a great privilege for me to do so in this beautiful Great Hall, where I remember well my own graduation. I remember the firm handshake of the Chancellor, the congratulatory words of the Dean. I remember most the gentle guidance of the ushers, whose assurances I greatly appreciated and which helped calm my nerves. What I have absolutely no recollection of was the occasional address. I can't remember one word, or even who gave it. So my words come with only the expectation of forgetting. This is a moment in your life that will be inevitably remembered, an important life achievement, an event. Certain circumstances punctuate our lives and mark them as thresholds, with our life divided on either side. This is one of those days, a moment in your life that will inevitably be remembered, not only by you, but by those close to you. Because graduation is a shared achievement, reached through the support and encouragement and guidance of our partners, our family, our teachers, our supporters, our friends and colleagues. We stand on their shoulders and are here because of the weight of their support, the acknowledgement of which gives additional meaning to this event. And after the official ceremony, the informal passing around of the mortarboard among our supporters perhaps carries a weightier symbolism than we might first think, as this is their graduation too, their graduation from our learning support, which is a significant achievement in itself. Congratulations to you all. To work in the field of environmental design, to be a designer, to be an architect, is a great privilege. I personally feel this every day, even on bad days when it is very difficult. Architects and designers contribute to the development of our culture and our community, and rightfully, a lot is expected from us. There is significant work to be undertaken, and architecture has never been more challenged than it is today. There is the challenge of environmental sustainability in the form of climate change and ecological damage, the social in the form of class, gender and racial inequality, and the cultural in terms of identity, exclusion and prejudice, in particular against First Nations people. These can seem overwhelming challenges for designers and architects. But the task of making our society stronger and more generous are with us all. And as architects, we have an important role to play. From the most basic provision of shelter, a roof over all of our heads, through to buildings and places that can embody and represent the values and aspirations of our society, and perhaps even an architecture that can inspire. This expectation of architecture applies to every project we undertake, regardless of the nature and limitations of the commission. It is fundamental in the design of a museum, a gallery, a library, a community centre, a school, but also in childcare, aged care, health, and all forms of dwelling and workplace. All buildings contribute to our collective culture. In the end, all our work is public and represents our collective values and aspirations. Architecture reflects back to us who we are, for better and for worse. There are great challenges before your generation. There is great work to be done. At this moment, many of you have now stepped over the threshold between the academy and the profession. And the question inevitably before you is what now? How are you going to conduct your professional life? What role will you play in this collective project of design and architecture? What are your values and your passions? Your decisions, actions and work will, in future, be judged by the full breadth of our community, your professional colleagues, your loved ones, your friends, your grandchildren, and of course, by the most important measure, your own. A possible mistake, in my view, will be for you at this important moment to be too affected by what you may see as personal limitations and constraints. These so-called limitations may be in the form of your grades, not as high as they could have been, your sense of confidence, not as strong as others, your support or your social circumstances and finances, or in other more complex forms of constraint. Make every effort to see beyond these constraints, as in many instances these limitations are more powerful in our minds than in reality. And this is a new beginning for you, an opportunity to cast off constraints and perhaps past failures and fears. Use this threshold of graduation as an opportunity for renewal and cast off any sense of limitation. Too often we can limit ourselves and believe objectives are beyond our reach and our potential. And in doing so, not only do we make ourselves less, but more importantly, we limit our contribution to society, to our community, to each other. When you shine your light, a path is lit for all of us. Your light is a gift that only you can give us. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to shine, to be brilliant, to produce work beyond your expectations. Remember, design and architecture is a collective project. Therefore, listen to everyone and seek to represent a collective rather than an individual will. Consider carefully what your contribution will be. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. There will be setbacks. Be patient. Quality and depth take time, and architecture and design is slow. That is its nature. Set your sights high, burn long and burn bright, and take with you my very warmest wishes. Good luck.